Salute, Knicks Nation. Let's chop this thing up as the New York Knicks went down to a heartbreaker. A late three-pointer from Devin Booker. The New York Knicks couldn't execute late, but it was a gritty game, fight-back performance after a slow start. You thought the Knicks were easing their way into the game, and I thought they looked good to finish this one out. But execution down the stretch, unfortunately, man, just could not get that final stop. It feels like there was about 1,000 games in one tonight, and the chat's going to be buzzing, and we're going to talk about it and wrap it up and look at the road ahead as the Knicks now go 9-7 on the season. So yeah, some things to clean up, fam, as we got to clean this thing up. Yeah, and move ahead. Now we've got this NBA Cup situation as you get the new graphic up. And yeah, it was such a crazy finish, this one, man. Disappointing. I really feel like the Knicks threw this one away with lack of execution early. We were out-hustled, out-rebounded in the first half. But it was the Jalen Brunson show early, ladies and gentlemen. He had 30 points by the end of the third. By far the best New York Knick tonight. But Julius Randle had an incredible comeback in the third. After a horrible first half, Julius Randle got loose, got going. But late game execution, man. I mean, we just couldn't come up with that final stop, really. There was a lot of heroes in terms of leading the fight back. Emanuel Quickley's game was excellent, getting steals. Isaiah Hartenstein, his hustle kept us in it time and time again. But the hacker Mitch, unfortunately, came in. Mitchell Robinson and the team missed way too many free throws, right? You could blame, 5 different things on tonight's loss and some. Some poor officiating, I thought, as well. They were allowed to be a little extra physical. But this is a good Phoenix team. No KD, though, tonight. No Bradley Beal. We really should be winning this one at home. And we let it slip, unfortunately, man. But shout out to the chat. Shout out to the best fan base in the biz. And we're going to go through it, break it down, give out grades like we do. And like I said, look ahead. Because, we're still 2 games over 500, and we've got 2 very winnable games. But, yeah, the biggest disappointment for me tonight, fam, is just that missed opportunity. We really could have gone a streak and pulling this one out. We could have gone on a 4-game win streak, but we can't look too far ahead. And firstly, there's going to be a lot of emotions flowing, but you can't get too low after a loss like this. You can't get too high either if we had won. But this is a game we really should have taken care of. It's a game we really should have won. If not for our poor first half, our slow start, always digging ourselves a hole that we've got to climb back from, right? Really, we had no business going down 13 to the Phoenix Suns, and that's a hole, and we dug ourselves out of the hole, but once you dig and dig and dig, you can come up short, man. But yeah, what did you guys think of that late game execution? Buzzer beaters here. Cameron, salute. JJ's in the house. Daniel, and yeah, let's have it, fam. Give us your buzz with this situation, Knicks Nation. Salute to you, and salute to Replay Squad. Like I said, I'm not going to get too low after this one. You just got to move on. We did some really good things in the second half. Like I said, the clamping down on Devin Booker. Unfortunately, a fadeaway, fallen out of bounds, 3-point shot, to break your heart is what they needed to do to win this one in terms of the Phoenix Suns. But yeah, we really could have trapped harder. We'll talk about Julius Randle's game, of course. It was up, it was down like a yo-yo, like his New York Knicks tenure. In fact, if we're summing up Julius Randle's Knick tenure, fam, in one game, tonight was it, man. It was everything tonight. Slow start, back looking like a superstar, all-star, missed a crucial 3, about halfway through the fourth, a wide open three that you think that shot would have broken the backs of the Phoenix Suns. That would have blown the roof off, but it rattled out. He did have a legit gripe a few times. He was fouled under the bucket, but he let his emotions kind of, distract him from the play that was happening down the floor. But yeah, you see Isaiah Hartenstein, he was all heart tonight. Jalen Brunson was all heart. But yeah, an MVP caliber type guy, Devin Booker, like Daniel says. You kind of live with that in terms of that final shot. I mean, fading out of bounds, really. But yeah, man, appreciate you all. Let's break this thing down. Next thing I was about to say is, yeah, JJ's always on point in the chat. Yeah, the role players stepped up too. Not that the Knicks didn't have some role players step up, but they had more step up. Talking about Eric Gordon having 17 first half points, right? And I guess people don't look at it this way, but when KD's out, other guys are going to get more shots. So it's always a chance for another role player to step up and look better than what they usually are. And we know Eric Gordon can go off sometimes, but yeah, the Knicks shouldn't have let him get loose, fam. He was way too loose early, and that was the difference. Down 12 at the end of the first quarter at home. The Knicks have got to learn to play 4 quarters, basically. And if we want to continue to surge and up this East, and man, it's going to be a crowded East, we have to learn to execute and not dig ourselves these holes, early. But you love the fight back. You love the hustle of these New York Knicks. We have talent, and we're never out of the game. As these guys always say, we always believe we can win. And tonight, I feel like we were the better team, despite the slow start. We were the better team for the duration of the game, but we dug ourselves too much of a hole, I think, to come back from. And of course, they have, you could say, the better player on the court. It's close. Jalen Brunson is giving it a fair shake, but Devin Booker is Devin Booker, fam. He's the only player on that court that made that shot, fallen out of bounds to give his team the win, right? So we lose on that last second shot, fam. But we're definitely going to give out these grades, and you're going to give out grades along with me, fam. And we're going to give some critique and some shine for the players that did step up today. Mitchell Robinson, yep, free throws. That hurt us tonight too. A lot of Knicks were missing. Julius Randle hasn't been shooting free throws very well this year either. Had an incredible third quarter. Buzzer asks, why did we go away from Randle? I think it's a fair point. There's classic substitutions, and I think he was a little cold, to come back in the fourth. I think he only came back in with like 7 remaining as well, and I guess a lot of people do criticize Tibbs for running guys into the ground. I can't criticize him tonight because he did rotate the players maybe too long, actually, in terms of that situation. But yeah, we've got the next NBA Cup game. Like I said, the Knicks are poised to have a good chance to make it to Vegas in the quarterfinals with a big win in Charlotte. We got a day off. We're back at it Tuesday, fam, and then Detroit. So yeah, let's not linger on this too much. Let's bounce back. We lost to a good team that was undermanned, but we didn't execute. Right, we got to play better 4 quarters, fam. And yeah, we're going to break down the stats. The Knicks were out hustled early, rebounded early. The rebounds were 52 to 59, but it was 20 to 37 at halftime. The Knicks have not been out rebounded that bad all season long, and that was a critical factor, guys. We ended up kind of evening it out a little bit later with some hustle from Heart, Mitch, yeah, and all of those guys. But like I said again, it was a situation where we dug ourselves that hole. But you love the fight, you love the hustle. The 7 steals was solid. Quickley, guys getting in passing lanes. DiVincenzo did miss a couple of bunnies running to the rim. Did hit a couple big threes. 7 turnovers. Now you got to actually applaud that because we've been one of the best teams at taking care of the ball. in terms of turnovers, we forced 11. I think they did get a little bit lucky with that kick ball. Devin Booker definitely did pass the rock into the thigh of or into the leg of Julius, I think. So they got a break with that one, guys, as well. They're the kind of calls we should be getting at home, man. I thought the refs were pretty average tonight, and I'm not blaming this loss on the refs at all, right? But Devin Booker, you got to tip your cap. Sometimes, you know what they say, better offense always beats good defense. But we definitely didn't defend that possession very well. Now, we were getting to the line late to help us stay in it in the final possession with a minute remaining. IQ was stepping up, hitting free throws. That critical Brunson missed free throw as well did hurt. But Phoenix played solid defense, like JJ said. Goodwin, Nas Little really stepped up. And they're not names that you really look for. But 11 blocks from the Phoenix Suns to only 5 blocks for the Knicks. The Knicks shot 40% from 3. That was solid. And 44% from the field. Overall, been shooting the 3 ball really well this season, fam. But we haven't been shooting well from the field. So, and like I said, you get an amazing quarter from Randle, but you get 2.5, 3 average quarters and from your second best player. It's tough. It's tough to win games, fam. But Charles says sick of Quentin Grimes at the minute. We'll talk about Grimes definitely tonight. We've got a lot to say with that. And with the guys just needing more guys to step up. It's been a little up and down this year in terms of, 2 or 3 guys have really great games and then the rest kind of are missing. I don't think we've really seen a game where 6, 7, 8, 9 rotation players all play exceptionally well. So we really do need that team effort to win these ones, fam. JJ says double team on Booker, dagger 3 by Randle, and RJ was weak. Got to be stronger double in that spot. So that's on the final possession. Booker was fading out of bounds, but I did think Randle could have stepped up into him earlier. By that moment, the shot clock was dwindling, and there was no other option that Booker had as well. And me personally, I never like losing to those kind of shots. I'd rather get up on the guy and let him blow by you. Because as he blows by you, the help defender can always come. You never know. Maybe he draws a charge. Maybe, he gets a block. Maybe the guy misses at the rim. Maybe you get a shot clock violation. So I never like letting the player rise up and get that final shot, fam. I love to run them off the line. But, it's Devin Booker, man. He faded out of bounds and he swished the big 3, fam. He went a little cold, but he was huge in that third. Devin Booker carried the Phoenix Suns right tonight. So, really frustrating, man. This is probably the most frustrating loss of the year. Not that it was the worst loss by far, no way. But a missed opportunity. We've got to be better executing. And we'll learn. I think we'll learn from it, fam. But we got to reap the consequences now because the East is really stacking up. Talking about Orlando coming, Indiana's coming, and you guys know what it is, fam. But Jalen Brunson, man, he was absolutely heroic once again. Almost tied it with 1 second remaining. The Knicks had one final shot. Inbounds. I thought it was one of the best looks we've had in terms of a last second shot for quite a while. It was a little deep, but he did have space, and he just missed it, fam. That would have absolutely raised the roof. So, I mean, man, look at the free throws, 71%. Fast break points, we absolutely dominated. That was quite rare, so we didn't capitalize. Now, second chance points, very unlike us. We let Phoenix get 20 to 16. We lost that. Points in the paint, we won narrowly as well. Now, Mitch had 11 boards, Nurkic with 10, Brunson, game high 35, Booker with 28. Barrett with 1 block led the Knicks, and Jalen Brunson with 8 assists fam, and Booker had 11 assists. He was passing out of the double really well. So, I always start with giving credit, fam, to the opponents. The Phoenix Suns are a good team with Devin Booker still in it, but we really should have turned the water off with these other guys. That's the thing. You can live with Devin Booker giving you 35 if no one else does anything, but we let Eric Gordon off the leash early, and he's probably not going to have another game like this for the rest of the year, maybe a couple of times. But Goodwin, I thought that back-breaking three to end the third, I thought that really hurt our momentum, fam. Julius Randle with a crazy 17 third-quarter point. And we were buzzing, and I really felt like we were going to steamroll them in the fourth. But we were, I think we were scores tied, but then we had Goodwin hit that corner three to end the third. They were up 3, right? And they had a little bit of momentum. Then they got it back up to 5 or 6. And then again, we were facing that uphill battle, right? So that was crazy. And then you got the Mitch's missed free throws, and so many second chance points they were getting. So many rebounds early. Julius Randle, lack of effort early in the first half, came alive in the third. It's like someone said something, he woke up, whatever it was. Like I said, it was a Julius Randle moment, really, in this game, times 10. So let's look at the box score, the numbers, and I give out our grades now, fam. And I continue to shout out the chat. And we're going to look ahead and see what's happening around the league, fam. But we've got to start with Jalen Brunson, right? We have to start with the positives for tonight. Jalen Brunson continues on this tear, right? What do you give for Brunson tonight? Let's look at his numbers. Step on up to the podium. Brunson, again, was keeping us in it in the first with his buckets. He was living in the paint. He finished with 15 of 25, was 5 of 10 from deep, 50%. That's nasty. 6 boards, 8 assists, 3 steals, a block, 3 turnovers, 5 fouls, 35 points. Right. Before I give Jalen Brunson his grade, he gets the gold star because the gold star is a signature game, like an all-star type game, 6-man type game, defensive player type game. Gold star for Jalen Brunson. He's playing like an all-star right now. He really is clicking. He's in the 4th, 5th gear. After a slow start to the year, Jalen Brunson is carrying us simply. I can't really put it any other way. Right? We would have been down 20 or more. We would have been in an absolute funk without Jalen Brunson. So, he is our all-star right at this moment. He should get in this year. He's gaining mad respect from us, from everyone, and a well-deserved performance from Jalen Brunson. With those crazy stats, you can't give anything else but an A+ for Jalen Brunson. Really, if we win this one, he gets the game ball, right? And he was the best New York Knick for tonight, despite a Julius Randle crazy third quarter with 17 points. But Brunson was the most consistent, fam. Look, the chat's actually been shouting out his defense as well. So before we talk about his offense, let's shout out Brunson's defense, shall we? Always, in the right spot. He drew that foul on Booker with his intensity and took a shot to the face. And Brunson's been drawing charges all season. He's actually been staying in front of his man. I thought he really played solid defense down the stretch, helped us get shot clock violations, and I get the stops we needed to have a chance to win this one. And like I said, if Devin Booker doesn't hit that game-winning 3, we go to overtime. And, we have an excellent chance to pull this one out. So, guys, I feel you. Keep the chat buzzing. I see you. Smashing that like button. And it's all right, Knicks Nation. We here. We ain't playing our best ball. It's early in the year. We're 16 games in. We're not even at the quarter-way point. But we've got to look at these positives because Jalen Brunson is starting to play like that all-star. We just got to get everyone else playing at a higher level for 4 quarters as well. So now Brunson wasn't great to start the game too, but he was still the best Knick. He was scoring efficiently, and rarely is he inefficient. 60% from the field and 50% from deep. But he did miss his 2 free throws. So that is unlike him. But we lost the game by 3 points. So again, that wasn't the reason we lost. But I love the 8 assists and the 3 steals. Fam. Yeah, we'll look at the stats tonight, but Buzzer says we are at 56% win percentage, and we're on pace to have 46 wins so far. And don't forget, we've had the toughest schedule too, fam. So that's a huge factor. That was one of our big Quentin Grimes big threes. And the chat's got plenty to say about Quentin Grimes tonight. Yeah, man, the Hacker Mitch was absolutely killing me too. But the thing is, we actually caught a break because I don't think that was a take foul. They did do the Hacker Mitch late, and the Knicks were fortunate to be awarded a take foul. But Jalen Brunson missed the free throw. We did get the side out. On our Brunson's grade, JJ says Brunson's our only real reliable scoring option. In terms of that, I think I want to talk more about Tom Thibodeau too tonight, because we gotta utilize the gravity that Brunson's pulling from the defense to free up other guys as well, right? You see Booker tonight, a good player making his teammates better. I'm not saying Jalen Brunson doesn't make his teammates better. He does. 8 assists is good. A+ tonight. No complaints. But for the coaching and play calling, you got to be able to get more creative, I think. And like I said, with the way Brunson's playing, it should start to free up other guys more. And we should not be fighting so hard to just get a damn bucket most of the time. We've got defenders draped all over us most of the time, and we need to hit a difficult shot or get fouled. So that's the frustration, fam. And we've got Michael Drake, D. Cools in the chat. Daryl says we need an upgrade in talent. That's going to be an ongoing discussion, fam, definitely as the season goes along. But without Bradley Beal and without KD, we have enough talent to win this one tonight. But long term, I agree with you. But tonight we had enough talent, I think, to win this one. We just didn't execute. And the talent we have didn't step up in terms of some of the other guys. Buzzer makes the point about needing a true backup 4. Yeah, there was some situations where we were small. Sometimes it worked to our advantage. Sometimes it didn't. But long term, I think the Knicks will seriously consider making an addition. I think Leon Rose has made a trade at every single trade deadline. So I think something's going to come with that, fam. So that was Jalen Brunson. He got the game ball and a gold star signature performance from Jalen Brunson. Right. Now let's talk about RJ Barrett. We have RJ Barrett at the top of the box score. Come on up, RJ Barrett. Step on up to the podium. RJ was a -5, 9 points, 3 of 11. One of his most inefficient games this season. But he was 3 of 4 from the line, and I missed 2 3-pointers. 2 rebounds, an assist, and a block. 3 fouls, 9 points. -5. Now, I think offensively, it's clear Barrett didn't have a good game. Only had 11 attempts, so he wasn't like he was jacking. He wasn't high volume. He wasn't efficient. Wasn't getting many opportunities with their defense. The Phoenix Suns were definitely executing, and Jalen Brunson was the one cooking. But what I liked the most about Barrett's performance was defensively. You could say, save for that last possession, Barrett's defense really has stepped up this year. It's taken a leap. He's more of a solid one-on-one defender. I think he's more smartly positioned as well for the help defense. Couple of those shots go in, and it's he shoots close to 50%. from the field. But yeah, 9 points. It was just a really average, going to use average type game from RJ, but he was better on the defensive side. I felt late in the game. The first half, most of the Knicks were bad in terms of defending. So what do you guys give RJ Barrett, right? What's his grade for today? I'm going to pull RJ's grade up right now. I can't really go with a B at all, so I'm going to go with a C plus for Bully Barrett. RJ Barrett, you get a C plus. You've been assigned extra practice and some film session. Extra practice and some film session. The free throws have been good. The defending's been good. But yeah, let's get some more practice in, fam. You've been one of the most consistent Knicks this year, and you get a pass tonight, but it was an average game. Really? Salute to die for. What's good? Buzzer Beater gives RJ a D plus for tonight. Yeah, let me know what you what did you dislike the most from RJ. In terms of yeah, guys, sometimes guys click, when other guys have it going. But I think, yeah, in the flow of the game, we really didn't have a very good flow offensively. So yeah, I'm a little more critical of the offense as a whole than just individual players. We'll talk about Randle and his effort. But in terms of, just guys executing, that's the main reason why, yeah, Barrett gets that C plus for me tonight. But yeah, he definitely gets a pass because he's been second most consistent Knick. Tied, I would say, maybe after Mitch's down performance the last few games. RJ Barrett's probably tied, but Jalen Brunson is basically caught up after a slow 4 games to start the year. He's coming, but RJ Barrett's been more solid defensively this year. So yeah, let's get that practice in, young bull. Next up, man, let's hit up on Julius Randle. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said at the top of the show, this was Julius Randle's Knick career so far in a nutshell, times 1,000. Look at these stats: 10 of 21, almost 50% from the field. Was 1 of 4 from deep. Got to the line 8 times, hit 7 of them. 5 boards, 3 of them offensive. Did miss opportunities to get a few more early. 2 assists, 2 turnovers. The turnovers were down, and 28 points, but a -9, basically. So out of all the starters, -9. Really, it's tough to evaluate because there were so many games within a game for Julius. Like I said, poor first half, very poor. One of the most kind of out-of-body, kind of lackadaisical experiences in the first half. I don't know what it was. I know sometimes people just don't feel it. They just don't have it. But it was inexcusable. And with that situation, like I said, he definitely got a rocket at halftime. Credit to him. He bounced back in a major way in the third quarter and helped us get this lead, helped us fight back. So big credit to Julius for his second half of the game. Unfortunately, the slow start of the team, a lot of that was largely in part from Julius. Defensively, we were slow rotating, lackadaisical on the rotations. And that's what, allows guys like Eric Gordon to get loose. Guys like Goodwin, Nas Little, guys you never hear of until they come to MSG, baby. Like that magic juice in the air. And also poor defending let these guys get loose. So, the good Randle taketh and then he giveth. That's the best way to sum it up, fam. He taketh and then he giveth as well. So, I mean, man, it's going to be tough to give anything else, but I'm going to give Randle a B minus. When you factor in the first half and then the second half, right, you get something in the middle, and a B minus for Julius. Although the stats look excellent with 28 points on efficiency, assists, rebounds, but yeah, the box score sometimes just doesn't tell the story, fam. So, what do you guys give for Juju Randle? And before I get to your grades, Julius, you've been assigned film session and extra practice as well, and free throw practice as well, because you can shoot better. Although I know you only missed one free throw tonight, but as a whole, you've been lacking with the free throws. Munch gives Jules a C for playing half the game. Yep, I can feel you on that. Buzzer gives Randle a C minus. No boxing out, missed defensive rotations. If he boxed out, he had more energy on D. Wouldn't have been down in that situation to begin with. Yeah, fair points, man. I feel like, yeah, that third quarter was just amazing. 17 points in a quarter. That, for me, that's what gets his grade up. If he didn't do that, he'll be seeing something lower than what you guys are given, even. But yeah, it's definitely all fair critique. Yeah, for Julius, he's that kind of player that can dominate. Ever since he stepped foot in the league, he's had tantalizing abilities to take over mismatches. Skill set is there. It's all mental. It's all effort, and it's all mental, man, for Juju Randle. And that's what Knicks Nation's always said. We applaud him and laud him when he does it for extended stretches. But tonight was super frustrating. Like I said, we had no business being down 13 to the Suns. And really, everyone might talk about Booker's 3, a couple of late plays, a couple of late calls. But really, we lost this game because of the first half. You go down too deep. And if we had just stayed around even, we would have run this team out of the gym. Really, if you think about it. We dominated the second half, basically. And yeah, you can honestly talk about chemistry. Like Buzzer says, we can only do this song and dance for how many times? How long do we need to see? I'm asking you guys before we feel like the chemistry of this core can get us far. I think after this year, decisions are going to be made, fam, according to our standing and according to the playoffs. How far do we go, etc. Fam. Also, do we need to get another coach to reach our potential? I think Tibbs is safe for now. Me personally, I would love to entertain someone new at the end of the year if this year hasn't panned out. Because I do have serious question marks over Tibbs' execution. I think he's still a good coach. He's been able to elevate us as a franchise, but how far can we go? That's my issue. It's not Tibbs is a bad coach. It's he can only get you so far, and that's been the story of his career as well, fam. And also the stubbornness. You got to be open to getting an assistant, because we'll talk about the stats later in the show. After 15 games, I've got all the Knicks statistical categories, and we are excellent defensively. We're top 5. We're 5th in the league in defensive rating, net rating. But scoring and offensively, we're Jekyll and Hyde right now. And Randle's a big part of that equation, fam. He's the Jekyll and Hyde as a part of the team. So that was Juju. That was RJ Barrett and Jalen Brunson, fam. Now, we got to hit on Quentin Grimes because we're inching closer to that 20-game period now, fam. And, all bets are off, man. All cards are on the table for me after 20 games. Like that's a long enough sample for guys to, to see how we look. And I'm really evaluating Quentin Grimes after a donut 2 games ago, and then 3 points the previous game against the Heat. Quentin Grimes in 20 minutes, and that tells kind of the story. I don't really need to go through the numbers because we're playing a starting shooting guard that's only playing 20 minutes. So usually if you look around the NBA, your starting shooting guard should be one of your best players, you know, one of your best offensive weapons, not a player that plays 20 minutes, unless he's in foul trouble or unless he's injured. So that's telling the story with Grimes right now. 20 minutes, the coach doesn't have that confidence to play him anymore, or he has more confidence in someone else, whichever way you want to slice it. 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 3 from deep, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 2 fouls, and another 3 points from Quentin Grimes, -8. Tonight's kind of been the tale for Grimes for me too, fam, in terms of defense. Was outstanding early. Also, yeah, helping us with that fight back, staying in front of Booker. But we need more than that. It's now a part of the equation where Grimes should be coming off the bench. And I think we're 16 games in. We've got 4 games till the 20 game point, and I think Grimes would be a good look to get him rolling a little bit, get more shots off the bench with Quick. I think so. I've made my decision now, and I'm not just basing it on tonight, but the last 3 games. You get a donut, you got 3 points last game, and then you get 3 points tonight again in 20 minutes. So it's tricky. Now, whether you introduce DiVincenzo or Quickley, I'm open for discussion, fam. Now, Quickley's always going to play big minutes late as well, so I don't really mind if Quick doesn't start. But to your point, Munch, I understand. Yeah, it would still be worth consideration. Quickley starting games so that we can start well. Yep, and and the fact is he should be on the court for 35 minutes too. He's just too good both ways. To Die For says I blame Grimes more than Juju. And like I said, yeah, down 13 early. Whether we're poor defensively, but if we're still filling it up offensively, we're not down in a hole. So, yeah, we could look at substituting Grimes with DiVincenzo or Quickley. Definitely not Josh Hart, fam. I don't want to hear about Josh Hart starting, fam. No way. With that said, I like Josh Hart's role, coming off the bench, fam. So I've made my decision, and yeah, Quentin Grimes should start coming off the bench. I don't mind if he waits a few more games, but really, why wait? Get it happening, fam. So now for the grade, what do you guys give Quentin Grimes, fam? I gave him a D+ last game. Man, this one's tough. I thought he played solid one-on-one D, which is still great. It's good at times, but yeah, offensively, your role as the starting shooting guard is to do a bit more. Now we look at his shot attempts, 5 shot attempts, so he didn't really get many looks either. So I got to take that into consideration. So. With that said, man, I'll give Grimes slightly better than last game by the skin of the teeth, a C-, fam, for Q dot. For me, guys, what do you give Quentin Grimes, fam? And who do you want to substitute to come in? Buzzer agrees. Yep. We might be unanimous with this one, fam. And Munch says C-2, tough on Booker, but needs to score as a starter. Yep, absolutely, man. In a nutshell, you said it. You guys are on point, by the way. You guys are buzzing, fam. You guys show up no matter what. Whether we win, whether we lose. You don't duck the smoke. So, yeah, always appreciate you guys coming in. Knicks Nation. It's a young season. It's very young. You never get too high, never get too low. We're 2 games above 500 with 2 quite easier games coming in, right? We're almost at Christmas, rocking the the Christmas season sweater, fam. And smashing that like button. And let's get back to it, fam. So we just got one more starter left. And I must apologise to this man because I left him out of the last game. I was so hyped after the comeback win against Miami that I didn't give Mitchell Robinson's grade live on show. I gave it in the comment section, but I forgot Mitch, right? Well, we got a lot to talk about with Mitch, fam. With Mitch, let's go through his numbers first. He was 1 of 2. You know, and that's my problem again. Only 2 shot attempts at the rim. Nurkic was doing a solid job defending tonight, but he was switching. He was coming out on the perimeter. We could have got Mitch backdoor for some lobs. We could have got some rim running. And yeah, that was the issue early. We're stagnant. 1 of 4 from the line. Mitch, man. You've been one of the best Knicks this season, but it was only going to be a matter of time before these free throws really hurt us in a game. And tonight was that night. Really the first time we've seen hacker Mitch too. Such as the disrespect, guys. Such as that disrespect that they went with the hacker Mitch. But it backfired on them because it ended up in a take foul and we got a break. But we missed the free throw. Jalen Brunson. But Mitch late, man. Efficient on the boards again. 5 offensive boards. We run out of superlatives with that. He's leading the league. He's the reason we're top of the league in rebounding percentage. But he's not doing really anything else outside of defensively and rebounding. So in some games with against teams with 5 good players, that's going to hurt us at times if we're not, trying to get involved with him more offensively. A couple of games recently, he's been doing a post up. We've been trying to get him looks down low, but we just do miss him still quite a number of times. Hart was playing really well tonight, but Mitchell Robinson got 34 minutes. So that was significant. He's still Tom Thibodeau's preferred option, and he still produces defensively. So I love what Mitch does defensively, but I'm frustrated. Frustrated offensively, fam. So for me, he gets a B- for me tonight, and it might be his lowest grade actually this season, which speaks to the consistency for this year, fam. What do you guys give for Mitch? Buzzer says B-2. The free throws and the lack of boxing out cost us early too. Yep, definitely, man. But yeah, like I said, we've got mostly positives to say about Mitch this year. He's been an absolute beast. 11 rebounds. I'll rack that up for my fantasy team. 5 offensive. Always gives you hustle and energy, effort. Huge rebound at a critical time where he fell to the floor. Man, I was scared. Mitch fell to the floor and landed on his behind, basically, or his back. And I was writhing in pain. And the crowd was gasping as well. But fortunately, he didn't stay down too long. He got up. He attempted the free throws. And he hit, I think he split those 2. But ultimately, 3 missed free throws for Mitch tonight. He would have got a better role, better grade, fam. What's good, Ron and Michael? Salute, says CT. Tibbs is wearing down some of these Knicks with this 9-man rotation is a bit too much. A bit too much at times. Yeah, I feel you. I definitely a fan of a 10-man rotation. I feel like at this point with the rotation, with the schedule more spaced out, I'm not as surprised, fam. And in terms of the schedule, what I mean is, you look at this week, we've had Minnesota, and then we had a 3-day rest, then we had Miami, then we had a day off, and then we've had Phoenix. So I wasn't really surprised with Tibbs going with the 9-man rotation still. As the season goes along, I want him to definitely, pull out Deuce. pull out Deuce, and if we're stumbling offensively, pull out Evan, even, man, for 10 minutes. We need shooting. And you can see what we can do with floor spacing, with room for Brunson and Randle to go to work. Man, give me that lineup of DiVincenzo and Quickley out there with Julius and with and Brunson. That's a lineup I really want to see late in games, because you can't double. You can't double off Randle, or you can't double off Brunson as well, with DiVincenzo and Quickley out there. So I really like that lineup, fam. But Mitchell Robinson, you've been assigned free throw practice, my friend. Get to it, fam. Just continue. I believe in you, and I believe you can become a 65% free throw shooter. I have faith. I don't know if it's going to happen this year. I think that's a long shot, but I believe that it's not difficult. Basically, what I'm saying, man. I think if you practice enough, I don't care if it's underarm, man. I don't care if it's, Jeremy Sohan, left-handed. I don't care if it's Michael Jordan, eyes closed. Maybe not eyes closed, but, man, something. Whatever works for you, basically. We've all been hooping at times, and whatever works for you usually works for you. Some guys have a funky form. Whatever it is, man. Let's get it. So that's the starting lineup tonight. Now, there was a lot of guys off the bench that really did play well, right? And we're going to start at the top with Mr. IQ, God's son. Emanuel Quickley took the game ball and an A+ last game. He came in again, helped change momentum with another signature 6 Man of the Year type performance as well. So you know what that means? The gold star comes out for the signature type performances, 6 Man of the Year type, relating to Quick. 4 of 11, 3 of 6 from deep, 50%. He needs to shoot a little more. Was super aggressive. Unfortunately, one of the back-breaking plays tonight was quickly getting blocked at the rim. I like what he was trying to do. Maybe he was hoping to get fouled. Maybe he was just trying to not eat so much time off the clock and just get to it and not settle for the jumpers. Quickly was aggressive as always. 18 points, just 2 rebounds, 1 assist and 1 steal, and a block. A critical steal late on Devin Booker. Stole Devin Booker's lunch, basically at half court, which had me out of my seat. I was buzzing, and that's what makes this loss even harder, man, because I thought we were going to win this one. I really did. I like IQ's defense. His offense is on point, and the defense is great, and he's really starting to be more consistent too. So after that performance, step on up. Emanuel Quickley, IQ, Godson, you get a B+. For me, Emanuel Quickley could be an A- even, but I've given him the gold star signature type game. A couple of plays late, getting blocked, and the fact that we didn't win the ball game. IQ, you get a B+ today, but you've been playing well. You're been one of the best Knicks over the last 3-4 games. And you're really starting to play like that signature 6 Man of the Year, coming in and just completely changing the game. Like, completely. And getting to the line 8 times, fam. Getting to the line 8 times is big time. So really, I could give you an A- as well, but I'll keep it at a B+. And I like your work recently, man. Emanuel Quickley, you get a day off. You've earned a day off with your performances, man. Buzzer gives IQ a B, solid performance, and I want to see more 3-point defense. Fair enough, man. I feel you. I think yeah, Quickly's, everyone needs to be rotating better in terms of that. I think Quickly uses up so much energy, which is maybe a factor why Tibbs is hesitant playing him 35 minutes. Because, yeah, he does come in as that spark plug, and a lot of people use that phrase. But sometimes when you overplay spark plugs, you don't get the same kind of production for 35 minutes that you would in 25. These guys do gas out a little bit as well. But yeah, I like Quickly not settling for the three. I like the fact that he does get to the rim. He does draw that foul on Eubanks. Yeah, he's really skilled in that way. He can really hurt the defense and can really punish you. Like a Lou Williams, he's not just a 3-point jacker. He's a guy who does, score three ways, getting to the line, at the rim, and also on the perimeter as well, fam. So yeah, keep it up, IQ. Keep playing well. Keep doing your thing. And you've been one of the best Knicks over the last few games so far. And this season, you're really starting to hit your stride, fam. As the leader, the captain of the bench, but closing games out as well. Next up on the podium is Donte DiVincenzo, potential candidate to take Grimes' spot. What do you guys think? Should DiVincenzo get that look? Still not as consistent, but had a decent game in terms of hitting big threes. Again, I like his floor spacing and his defense. He does gamble a little, but scared money don't make no money. I prefer a player aggressive rather than just standing around or not doing anything, right? In fact, that's the issue with some Knicks. They just stand around too much. I know DiVincenzo is going to gamble, but he gets you 2 steals a game most of the time now. And tonight he delivered with 2 steals, shot 2 of 3 from deep, big tick there, 2 of 6 from the field, and it was 6 points -1 in a 3-point loss. No turnovers, a big tick there as well. So, yeah, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from DiVincenzo outside of this missed layups, these attempts at the rim. He doesn't have the profile to finish at the rim. Unfortunately, I've heard scouting reports from Golden State, from college, from other teams that he's been on, and DiVincenzo's not great at finishing at the rim. Unfortunately, he missed that one. That one when he needed to take an extra step. But I love the perimeter work, the steals, the gambling, and the 3-point stroke, fam. One of those ones was just huge, man. It was wet, where he blew the roof off MSG, fam. So I think we haven't seen the best of DiVincenzo yet. Like I said, he's working his way into this season, and he's going to get better as the season goes along. So your grade tonight, Donte DiVincenzo, step on up. Was fairly solid. Didn't do anything crazy, but wasn't bad either. You get a B, Donte DiVincenzo. You don't get a day off, unfortunately. You get assigned practice, running the fast break, finishing at the rim. Fam, we want to see some improvement in that area. And but keep being aggressive offensively, keep being aggressive defensively, fam. Salute Jet Life, what's good? Yet we gave out RJ Barrett's grade. I gave RJ a C+ today, I believe. Buzzer says, are we still, we're still passing up that elbow shot early in our offense for a 3-point shot. Yeah, man, I don't know if I've said this recently, but I love the early shot clocks, like this, the D'Antoni type stuff, because it gets you more possessions. But also with these Knicks, I feel like we settle for, we pass up good shots and we settle for even worse shots. The longer the shot clock goes, we end up in a stagnant look, isolation, a Randle back down, shot clock dwindling type stuff. Sometimes the better look just does come early in the shot clock, like you said it, man. A D'Antoni style, Sometimes it's not always the best look, but you do get more looks. And if you get a quality look, just take it as well, man. Buzzer gives Donte a B-. I like how he played past some lanes, but not aggressive enough offensively. Yeah, I hope he has another gear offensively. I assume he does. But he's a guy who has, moved around the league. That is a fact as well. He did have a couple of suitors. He did have a higher offer than the Knicks. He took less money to come here. He's a quality player. He's in demand. But sometimes those players like him, Alec Burks, those players that look really good on certain nights, and then they just look average on most nights, those are the guys that usually pass around the league. Now with DiVincenzo, he's still only 26 years old. For me, that's the positive. He's still really, really young, fam. But I really do feel like he has another gear to go with these New York Knicks. So, you get assigned extra practice, but finishing on the fast break. Now, next man up, Joshua Hart. All Hart hustle, Mr. Hustle, 24 minutes. Missed his 2 threes. Was 1 of 3 from the field. 2 free throws, 3 boards, 2 assists, 4 points, but was a +1. So Josh Hart's stats never jump out at you, but he's a winning player. That's why we pay the man. Paid him handsomely, in fact. Paid him a very, very good contract, fam. And that's why, because he's a winning type player. He's rarely inefficient. Tonight he was a little bit, but if you look at the plus-minus, he's a winning player. So Hart was again leading the charges with the run. Had his lapses on defense at times, but also played solid defense late in the game as well when he had an opportunity. Now he's not going to be on the floor really, when we need extra spacing. That's the downside for Josh Hart. So a guy that you need to know how long you can play him for, and you can't overplay him. Basically, that's the issue with Hart. You can't play him 30 minutes, in my opinion. I think the 25 is a nice sweet spot, but you gotta pick him in the right doses as well. He's important change of pace kind of guy, and a guy who can break the lines with Quickley. So for me, Hart, you get a B tonight. And with that said, man, you get assigned shooting practice as well. Just continue that jumper. Keep shooting that jumper. If he can hit that corner 3 for us with no hesitation, that's big. That's big for us, man, in terms of extra floor spacing. But like I did say, man, I really do like the Quickley, DiVincenzo, Brunson, Juju, Mitch lineup. Because I really don't think you can double anyone, really. I mean, they're not going to double Mitch. If they double Randle, then you got Brunson, Quickley, and DiVincenzo. One of those guys is going to punish you as well. And Julius has moved the ball decent this year. Tonight was more effort, the frustration, the lackadaisical demeanor as well. But at halftime, he had the fire and desire to come out in the third, put up 17 points. So, but in terms of like what the chat said, a talent infusion or 10 men or a lineup switch up is what we're really looking at. I think to get to that next level, I think a better balance might be Quickley or DiVincenzo in the starting lineup, or figure out something creative. You maybe substitute RJ Barrett or substitute Grimes earlier and get Quickley in there sooner. But yeah, like I said, the most disappointing Nick has been Quentin Grimes over the last 3 days, three games, and I think we really should be entertaining a switch up with that. Now, Grimes is young, and I take everything into consideration. He's got a bright future. He's talented defensively. And he's going to be a New York Knick. I'm not giving up on Grimes at all. what I'm going to make, the point I'll make is that to be a starting shooting guard in the NBA, you need more production. That needs to be earned. If you look around the league, you're not Quentin Grimes is not going to be starting for a good team, really, with this kind of production, right? I'm thinking of the shooting guards of the throwbacks, the Tracy McGrady's, the Jamal Crawfords, those kind of guys, the Allen Houstons, guys that just come in and produce. I know he's not getting as many attempts as those guys at all, but when he is getting a chance, he's not consistent. That's the thing. They would find him. I think if he was more efficient, they'd find him, man. So yeah, salute guys. Yep, keep giving out your grades. We'll keep shouting you out. And the streets are buzzing as we look ahead, right? In this young season, fam. Appreciate you rocking out. Salute Replay Squad. Even if you don't make the lives, I know you're here rocking out still. And live chat right now is buzzing. Smashing that like button. And Knicks Nation, we here. Right, we're only 16 games in. And we're only in the fourth gear. But Jalen Brunson is really starting to play like that all-star, fam. Now, next man up is a guy that was playing like Frankenstein tonight. Hartenstein, he was possessed. Man, I really loved his game tonight. He was in just 13 minutes, kind of rarely put a foot wrong. 2 or 3 from the field, was 3 or 4 from the line, gave us 4 offensive rebounds, 5 total, an assist, 3 fouls, gave us a block, 7 points, -2. Hart, man, couple of great games recently. Guy we can rely upon, a backup center, one of the best in the league. Appropriately, he's a guy who can step in, if Mitch is getting hacked, or if he's injured, or we need an extra, an extra spark. He's always there to provide it as well. Hustle play after hustle play, tip backs, tip ins. I mean, we really are blessed at the center position in terms of hustle, because on a night where Mitch gives you 5 offensive boards, our backup center comes in and gives you 4 offensive boards. So that's 9 offensive boards from your center rotation. They did their work. Unfortunately, early in the game, the rest of the guys didn't. They weren't boxing out. Mostly Julius. Mostly a couple of the other guys, missed assignments. All of that, fam. So, yep, guys, we gave out the grades, but I'll go through them again for anyone that's just coming through. Appreciate you. We're at the latter end of the bench, but we'll recap before we after we give out Hart's grade, fam. What do we give Hart for tonight, fam? So for his energy, change of pace, hustle, B+ for me. For Hart, that's my grade for Hart tonight, B+. He had about 3 moments in the game where I'm just like, man, we would be really stuck without him. Whether it was a tip in at a critical time, a block, the right play, he's efficient, and maybe he didn't play enough, 13 minutes tonight. So that's Hart, that's the rotation, fam. So as we go through the box score, shout people out. Replay Squad, salute. Live chat, salute. Tom Thibodeau, we'll give out his grade in a minute, but we'll recap. So, RJ Barrett, for me, RJ Barrett was up and down. He got a C+ for me. Julius Randle got a B-. Mitchell Robinson, for me, I think I gave Mitchell also a B-. Jalen Brunson got the A+ performance. Emanuel Quickley got the B+. Quentin Grimes got a C minus. Josh Hart got a B. And Isaiah Hartenstein got a B plus. And Donte DiVincenzo got a B, ladies and gentlemen. So we got to move ahead. We got to look ahead. Throw this one in the trash now. But Tom Thibodeau tonight. Let's give out Tibbs' grade, and I'll shout you guys out. Wiz in the chat, what's good? Josh gets a C plus because he didn't take shots when he had the chances, but he was solid on D. Yeah, I gave Josh a B tonight, so we're very close. We're very similar. I can feel that. Donte a B minus. Michael Salute, did we grade IQ? Yeah, B plus for me tonight, fam, for IQ. But he got a gold star for a signature type performance, signature 6-man of the year game. A B plus gold star for IQ tonight. The highest grade went to Jalen Brunson for the A plus. So, what are you guys thinking on Tibbs tonight, man? Oh man, it was another mixed bag from Tibbs. I think he went with the right lineup late. Like I said, I think he used Hart in the right doses. He did limit Quentin Grimes' minutes. I guess long term with most of the play calling, the early, not able to get us off to an early start. You got to also put some of that on the coach, not all of it, because the players definitely lay that egg. But I think Tibbs, it's been tough outside of coming out of the half, and it's been tough to start games this year, especially in the first 5 games. But for tonight, Tom Thibodeau was up and down. Buzzer says I give him a C minus. He can't get the team to box out, and he move away from Randle in the paint, and he's missing the opportunity by not emphasizing the elbow shot. Nice points, man. Definitely valid points with that. I feel you on a lot of those. For me, there was some good, there was some bad. So he's going to get something that's an average grade, which is a C plus for me. Tom Thibodeau gets that C plus. Could be worse, actually. Again, down 13. We've got to ping that on everyone. So, we've got to be better at that, But Tom Thibodeau does have his flaws, fam. But he's also helped elevate us, as a franchise. So, just on that note, before we look ahead, in terms of the stats, after 15 games, we are, before tonight's game, this is, ladies and gents, we are 7th in net rating. So, reflective of our record, we were 5th in the East. A couple of good results went our way. The Heat lost to Brooklyn the other day. Tonight we'll go around the league and look out the action. But 7th in net rating. We're 5th in defensive rating. That's Tom Thibodeau. But on the flip side, 13th in offensive rating. And 28th in field goal percentage. 27th in points per game. 29th in pace. 28th in assists per game, 30th in blocks. But we are shooting 9th in the league in 3-point percentage. And we're 5th in the league before tonight in turnovers per game. So, believe it or not, we're frustrated by turnovers, but we are, across the league, we are good at not turning the ball over compared to some teams. I attribute a lot of that to our pace. If we're 29th in pace, you do need to get something in return, which is taking care of the ball a little bit more. These teams like Indiana, Detroit, Houston, running up and down, Toronto, those teams are going to turn the ball over more because, they're playing fast as well. So you take the good and the bad with that. But I like the fact that we're 13th in the league offensively. I think you got to look at Jalen Brunson's heroic performance, shooting career high numbers from 3. Emanuel Quickley, a lot of that is askew, I think, to a couple of really good players. But what you can't deny, what Tom Thibodeau brings, is defense. 5th in the league defensive rating, 1st in the league in rebound percentage, 2nd in opponents' points per game, 15th in opponents' field goal percentage, 11th in opponents' 3-point, 13th in opponents' fast break points, 1st in opponents' second chance points, although tonight was our worst game of the year for that. We're 16th in forcing opponents' turnovers, and we are 10th in the league in steals. So all of that combines to be 5th in defensive rating. So, I mean, it's early in the year, but if I told you all Knicks Nation that we were 5th in the league in defense, you'd sign up for that right now. So we are doing decent. We're holding teams below their average. We just got to execute better offensively now. But that's where a lineup change, an upgrade at the deadline or in the off season, that's where other factors start to come in, because the players that we have, is our ceiling limited with the players we currently have, right? How often can we continue to rely on Jalen Brunson put up, career numbers, and bank on that every single night? We need more. We need more from Quentin Grimes, etc. Fam. So that's the tale of the tape. We're 9-7. I'll sign up for that still. As we look around the league in a minute, we got Charlotte, NBA Cup action at MSG, and this homestand continues with this home cooking, and then Detroit. You can't take any game for granted, but being in a Christmas a holiday festive mood, fam, I got some news to bring, which we never celebrate any player getting hurt or whatever. We want to see every player healthy. But for the Knicks and relating to the Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo Ball is going to be out. He went down tonight with a strained ankle. Not a sprained ankle. They're saying a strained ankle. With a T. Strained ankle. So that prayers up. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Nothing too serious. But he's not going to be ready for the next game. So that's what we're facing next game. A LaMelo Ball-less Charlotte Hornets. With this NBA Cup, fam, on the line. Right, so as we talk about that, I'm going to bring up that on screen right now. And we'll look at our chances of getting over to Vegas, baby, in the quarterfinals. Right, with this wildcard situation, we pull it up on screen. It looks good. It looks good in terms of us advancing in this NBA Cup. All we have to do is beat Charlotte by a handsome margin, and our plus 18 difference will continue to go up. The Heat do play another game as well, but we have a 7-point buffer on them. And then the Nets are at plus 8 as well. So you never know. It's why you got to run the score up on them, fam. Exactly why DeMar DeRozan was upset with the other team the other night. He didn't realize, but teams can't take the foot off the gas. In these games, you got to run the score up real quick. But the Knicks are in the box seat, if you ask me. MSG, after losing a heartbreaker tonight against Charlotte with no LaMelo Ball, with this game at stake, extra money, I'm talking about 50 grand. If we get to the next round, every player on the Knicks will get 50 grand. So all they got to do is play one really hard game against Charlotte, run up the score. Every New York Knicks going to get 50 grand. If we get to the semifinals, that's going to be 100 grand. If we can get to the final, 200 grand, and if we win the final, 500 grand for these winning Knicks. So A lot of fans don't care about the cup itself, but I think the players are going to care about this extra money because they're close. You know, they can smell it right now. So we're close and we're coming, fam. So yeah, big win against Charlotte. I'm predicting, and I think we'll beat Detroit, and then we'll go 11-7, 4 games above 500, fam. So again, tonight sucks. It is what it is, right? We lost to a back-breaking shot, right? And we dug ourselves a hole, fam. And that's the group real quick. Is the Knicks are going to most likely hold on to that second spot and get the wild card for the East. Right, now, without further ado, though, let's look at the real standings after this loss and see where we're at, fam. We get the real standings up here, fam. As the New York Knicks were in 5th. Unfortunately, we've fallen down a little, down to 9-7. And we'll look at the action tonight, but it looks like the Heat also may have won. The Pacers are in at 9-6. So we're really half a game still from 5th spot. So a couple wins. Hopefully we put the beat down on Charlotte and Detroit, and then we get climbing, fam. But we do not want to let the foot off the gas because Cleveland's coming, the Hawks are there as well, and the Nets and the Raptors, man, all at 8-8. So we want to create separation. Best believe that between these guys. So yes, this easy schedule is coming at the right time, fam. We just we let this one slip tonight, man. Frustrating. Now, before we wrap up, let's look at the action around the league as we wrap up on Sunday. Hope your football team won. Hopefully you didn't deal with 2 bad losses, fam, with the Knicks included. Looks like the Nuggets are going to pick up a huge win. The Bucks came back from 20 down for a huge win. They needed that. The Timberwolves, the best in the West, continues to roll. The Hornets lost. The Magic are coming. 2nd in the East right now. I had them in the play-in picture. People thought I was maybe overrating them a little bit. But lo and behold, man, we're underrating them. The Orlando Magic. They're legit. They've got so much depth. Cole Anthony is a really good piece off the bench. Jalen Suggs with Franz and Paolo. Jonathan Isaac's now healthy. Markelle Fultz. They got depth, man. Really, there's not a lot separating us. And then, thankfully, the Hawks took a L, and the Cavs unfortunately got a win, but the Raptors took an L, so that's good for the division. And the Chicago Bulls continue to take L's for him. With that, man. But yeah, I'm feeling okay with the run coming up, despite today's bad loss. And we continue to on this season, fam. We're going to roll as these games come thick and fast. We do need to take advantage of these games. But yeah, it was Jalen Brunson's show early. He gets the A+ signature game, gold star. And what can you say about him, man? Look at that. He did the man's filthy on that play. He was a bucket early, fast break, one-man wrecking crew. 1-800 dial an offense, Jalen Brunson. Right, we just need to get this man some extra help. Guys who can step up. Buzzer says Pacers and Magic are a surprise. Yep. Little bit of a surprise that they're this good, but not that much of a surprise for me. Buzzer says, is there a wild card in every group? No, there is not. There's only one wild card for the entire East. So we're leading. We're in the 4th spot in the East. Only the wild card goes to the 4th team. So the top team from each 3 groups go in, and then the next best team in points differential. And right now that's us by +18, and then the Miami Heat are +11. So as long as we have a really big win against Hornets, the Heat won't be able to catch us, really. They'll have to have a 3 times bigger win, really, I think, to get us. So, Michael, question about Fournier. Fam, Fournier is unfortunately injured, believe it or not. Yep, he's dealing with ankle soreness still. So, I don't think Tibbs would play him anyway, but I think maybe later in the year when he gets right, we'll see, fam. But yeah, Toby's on point. Got to get RJ back cooking. Tonight you got a C+, you got a pass, but really the difference was early in the game. We needed Brunson needed some help. The offense was that bad that it was just a one-man wrecking crew. But I'm really not pointing any finger at RJ tonight. It's Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes, you've been assigned double film session, double practice. No days off for you, fam. Right, 20 minutes, you should be fresh. No days off for Quentin Grimes, right? And I don't want to fall in love with the type of player. We just need to look around the league and tell me what starting shooting guard around the league starting on an NBA team is putting up a donut, 3 points, and then 3 points. That's not even bench production. That's not bench material, let alone starting shooting guard. You know, and I'm holding him to high standards. That's what I'm trying to do. You know, I know he's young. I know he's good defensively. I know he's got upside, and he's going to stay a New York Knick. But he's not starting shooting guard quality right now. He's not playing like it. Right, that's facts. I'm looking at Allen Houston's. I'm looking at Jamal Crawford's. The starting shooting guard standards that we have to be a good team. Right, we're not trying to be no borderline play-in team. We're trying to be top 5 in the East. You know, that's what we're trying to be. We're not trying to be average. We're not trying to be mediocre. We're trying to be great. You know, we're not even trying to be good. We're trying to be great. You know, that's 3 really bad games in a row. Not affecting the game, not impacting it at all on the offensive side. And I know, again, defensively is good, but one side, offensively, we need more, fam. So, yeah, any last words before we wrap this baby up? Wiz wants to give Tibbs a D. I have a D for the final player lineup. Fam, who did you want out there with that situation? But I gave Tibbs a C+. I didn't feel like he had a great game, but it's usually hit and miss with Tibbs and hit and miss with Randle, hit and miss with a lot of other guys, unfortunately. Now we are taking care of the ball, but our assists are down, and then our pace is down. So it's a risk reward. For guys who want to move the ball more, our turnovers are going to go up. You know, we're 5th in the league in turnovers, so we're actually taking care of the ball. If you want us to shoot more threes, because we're shooting 9th in the league, we probably need to get the pace up to get quicker looks. You know, you can't just rise up for a 3 if a guy's right on you. So we're 29th in pace. We've got to get the pace up. 30th in blocks, I'm okay with that. Solid defense, just continue contesting well, closing out, but rotate better. You know, tonight, again, we let Eric Gordon get loose. That shouldn't have happened, you know. We know what Eric Gordon can do. He's been in the league a minute. So, yeah. I think that about sums it up, man. Let's get ready. Let's put this one in the rear view, fam. And appreciate everyone coming out, rocking out on the streets, are buzzing, smashing that like button as the New York Knicks season is heating up. We are 16 games down, 2 games over 500. The East has started out crazy. It's a log jam, but our best is yet to come. That's the silver lining for me, my takeaway for this. We really should have won this game. We started too slow, but big picture stuff, the New York Knicks will be all right. We'll be all right. We've got upside in terms of lineup changes, potential upgrades at the deadline. and we just got to come out better starts and better third quarters. Tonight was a good third quarter though. We shouldn't be losing to a KD-less, Bradley Beal-less Suns, but got to give them credit, fam. And as I give you guys credit, Knicks Nation, salute to you, many blessings, health, happiness, and let's see you on the next one. Peace.